What up? I said, what up? What's going on, y'all? Chillin', chillin', chillin'. This is another recap of Game of Thrones Season 7. This time it's episode 5. This was one of those story build-up episodes. Certain things that I seen them put emphasis on was at the beginning. Soon as it started, the Tullys weren't having it. They wouldn't bend the knee. I like how they put emphasis on Dickon not bending the knee. You're the last remaining Tully of your house, and he still didn't bend the knee. All Daenerys said was Dracarys. And then the father, I think that's Randall Tully, and the son, Dickon Tully, got burnt to ashes. When that happened, I said to myself, Samwell is a Tully, and he is going to leave the Night's Watch. Somehow he's going to get pardoned from the Night's Watch. And then later on in the show, he leaves the Citadel. He's not happy with their practices. So that's basically pardoning him from the Night's Watch. And Jon Snow is the King of the North. So boom, that right there shows that he's going to be the next leader of the Tullys, and he has the sword already. I tried not to watch any videos or anything. I just watched Game of Thrones and then went to work, and then now I'm doing the video. I watched this guy, his name's Emergency Awesome, something like that, and I did not watch his video yet. I'm gonna watch it after I do my video and edit it and blah, blah, blah. Littlefinger is setting Arya up. I don't know if it's gonna get her mad at Sansa or Jon Snow or something. I got mixed feelings about this. When I saw him say out loud, like just out loud, super loud, Lady Sansa thanks you. Who talks that loud when they're talking to somebody, like personally, like man to man? That happened, and I'm like, he knows Arya is spying on him. But then the hiding spot in the bed was kind of good. Like, I wouldn't have found that hiding spot. So I don't know if he really wanted her to find it or not. And then when she left, that solidified it when he just was sitting there peeking like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, he did want her to find it. Another thing, I knew Gendry was going to come back. I didn't know he would have been at King's Landing. I thought he was going to be at Braavos because I think I remember, if it's my vision's not blurry, when Davos put him in the boat and told him, you know, sail to the right side of the sun or something. He told him some kind of direction, and he told him he will arrive at Braavos, if I'm not mistaken. But Gendry is back at King's Landing, and when Davos went in, and then I saw like the masons, the steel masons or whatever, the sword makers, I said, this is a Gendry scene. And then boom, guess who we have there? Gendry. Gendry uses the hammer just like his dad was supposed to use the hammer. One of my favorite parts was when Tyrion, oh man, my heart kind of dropped when those guys saw Tyrion. And then he walked past him, like shaking his head and doing the eyes, like get him with his eyes. I knew Gendry was gonna do something there. I knew something was gonna happen there with that hammer because they put emphasis on it. Like he was like, I have a hammer though, like, you know. I just want Arya to see the Hound. I wanted Arya to see the Hound, but the Hound makes an appearance. Him, Jon Snow, Jorah, Mormon, they all make an appearance, and they're all arguing and they all hated each other. But now they have to go out together for one cause, to go against the White Walkers. I think they're going to just capture one and then bring it back. This is my crazy mind, right? Somebody mentioned in one of my videos that Jorah might try to kill Khaleesi. Game of Thrones, you don't know what to expect. Jorah Mormont might try to kill Khaleesi, but now they're sending them off on that journey. I think that's going to be put on hold till next season, if that happens. I thought Jaime was going to be killing Cersei, and then now Cersei pops up pregnant. And I'm like, yo, come on. How can this happen? Cersei pops up pregnant. And if Jaime is going to kill Cersei, I don't see him killing her this season. Maybe if next season is a year later or something like that. You know, that time warp stuff they do when they change seasons in a series. So it might be like a year later and Cersei had the baby and then Jaime kills her. And then I was thinking, what if that baby isn't Jaime's? What if it's Euron Greyjoy's? I don't know. My mind just works in crazy ways. I remember earlier in this series that I'm doing, one of these videos, I said they can't win the crown this season. They have to kill the White Walkers first. It has to be either or. The White Walkers or take Cersei on. And the name of the series is Game of Thrones, so I would think that they were going to take the crown, which would be Jon Snow's. I think that that would happen to be next season. A cool part came up when Jon and Drogon came face to face and he knew he was a Targaryen. Like Drogon likes him, Daenerys likes him. It was a very good episode. This is what Game of Thrones is a master of. They don't have to have action for the episode to be good. They write these stories in your head as you watch. That's why I think Game of Thrones is the best show ever. They don't need action for you to be entertained. Tell me what you think's gonna happen. Don't forget to subscribe. And am I crazy with these thoughts? I'm out, y'all. Peace.